Thank you for joining us today for this demonstration of CYMA Payroll Software. If you have short processing deadlines and a large number of new employees each pay period, if your time entries come from many sources, if you need to track your payroll and bill it out to clients, if you have complex check formats and payroll reporting needs, and in general the need for speed, if you're a temporary staffing company or a payroll service organization, a fiscal agent or a PEO, or if you're a large corporate payroll user, then CYMA is for you. Today we're going to demonstrate the speed and power of CYMA Payroll, importing 200 new employees into the payroll database, importing 1,000 time entries from a spreadsheet, generating deductions, calculating taxes and general ledger distributions for all 1,000 employees, creating 1,000 payroll checks, updating balances, creating a print file of 1,000 checks, printing all your standard payroll reports, creating a direct deposit file for transmission to the bank, and posting all those checks to the general ledger, all in less than 3 minutes. And here we go. Before we start actually processing payroll, let's look at the company setup inside CYMA. Inside this company, we've set up about 20 earnings codes, a number of pre-tax deduction codes, a large number of tax codes, and other deductions like garnishments and direct deposit. And this list can be configured to your exact needs. In this company, we have an employee database of about 800 employees. Now we're going to add about 200 employees, but each of these 800 existing employees is configured with their own list of earnings, taxes, and deduction codes configured to their exact specific needs. Lastly, we have a client database. All of our employees in this example work for different clients, so we have a client database of 500 clients for payroll billing purposes. Many CYMA customers have a large number of new employees each week. These employees can easily be imported from a spreadsheet. Employee name, ID, hourly rate, client assignment, direct deposit account information, all sorts of information can be easily imported and validated to ease the setup of new employees. Prepare the spreadsheet, run CYMA's general import the employees into the database where they're validated, set up, and are ready to pay immediately. We've imported 200 employees into the CYMA database. These employees are ready to pay, and subsequently, we imported 1,000 time entries with regular hours and overtime hours for 1,000 employees. These entries can then be reviewed in CYMA, edited, changed, deleted, added to, modified in any way that you need to, saved, and then are ready for payroll processing. We're ready to process checks. We're going to specify that we're going to print our checks to a single print job. We're going to turn on CYMA's advanced streamlined payroll processing and specify the batch of standard payroll reports we want to run at the very end of the automated payroll process. We are now ready to produce 1,000 payroll checks with CYMA's automated streamlined payroll process. We'll tell the system to find all of the 1,000 employees that belong to our weekly payroll. We'll bring them up on the screen and we'll set the options for the automated process to completely produce the payroll for these 1,000 employees. In this one step, we'll generate all standard deductions for these employees, calculate all their taxes, update their employee balances, their year-to-date balances, produce a check file, make a direct deposit file, post the checks to the GL, and produce all of the standard reports that our payroll department needs in one automated step. Let's select the employees. We'll press the process button and launch it. And you can see the timer in real time, the elapsed time it takes to fully produce payroll for 1,000 employees inside CYMA. It's calculated the standard deductions. It's calculating the taxes. It's producing the payroll checks, updating employee year-to-date and W-2 balances, and calculating general ledger distributions for all 1,000 checks. In a second, the system will prompt us to enter a file name for the PDF file that will contain all 1,000 direct deposit advices that we can print at our convenience. Simply enter the file name, press OK, and you can watch as 1,000 payroll checks are printed to a single PDF file After this is done, the system will move on to building the direct deposit file, posting the checks to the general ledger, and then moving on to produce our standard payroll reports, which in this case consist of a check register, a deduction register, and a payroll journal, all without any involvement from your payroll staff. And as we wrap up this section, you'll see 1,000 payroll checks completely calculated, printed, direct deposit file built in just about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Thanks so much for joining us today in this demonstration of CYMA's advanced payroll software. If you have a complex, large volume payroll with very specific needs, give us a call. You'll get great support, great service, and great software.